And then, just when you think he's gonna come out alive and live to tell the tale, alright, y'all, so I was not planning to make this video, but I watched this movie because tomorrow on my man Perp's live stream, our podcast, Horror Never Dies. Make sure you stay tuned, Perp Minded, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, PM. Be there. We're talking the undead, the zombified motherfuckers of the cinematic universe. And so I took it upon myself to watch as many zombie movies as possible, right? And it occurred to me that I have never seen the OG Night of the Living Dead.
A big...
Oh shit, by now you drunk, God.
Yeah, y'all, listen, some slipped through the cracks, man. Some you just missed. You know what I'm saying? No matter how many movies you think you have seen, there's some popular joints that you have never seen. This one is a popular joint that I have never seen. This is the OG. This is the one that kicked it off. So coming into this, I said, okay, I know this is made in 1968. Okay, also directed by the legendary George Romero, who did Day and Dawn of the Dead. So I came into this with an open mind saying, okay, remember this movie is old, you know what I'm saying? So even if it's not as fast-paced as you want it to be, or some scenes may look a little corny, the effects might not be as good, but remember, it's old. All right, respect your elders. That's what I want to tell people when they watch older movies, man, respect your elders. Even if you don't too much care for it, respect your elders. That's what I'm doing right now. But the reason why I'm doing this movie, doing this review, is because, yes, I respect my elders, but man, the ending really bothered me. So I'm going into spoilers. If you have not seen Night of the Living Dead 1968, stop the video, go watch it, come back, and let's talk about it. So here we go. All right, a little brief synopsis here. Lady and her brother go to a gravesite to, I guess, a family member. They joke, shoot the shit, and then they see a Walking Dead motherfucker walking by. They get chased, end up in this house. Then there's other people in the house, and now they're all boarded up in this house trying to avoid the Walking Dead that's coming from the cemetery, and they want to feast on human flesh. So off rip, I'm going to say respect to this movie because I saw a lot of zombie movies that I've seen already in this movie. So yeah, Dawn, Day, all took from this. Walking Dead took from this, okay? Walking Dead took heavily from this, right? They did a remake to this movie with Tony Todd, Night of the Living Dead 1990, which I have to watch and review as well, because I've seen that a long time ago, but I don't remember it. So yeah, respect this movie for paving the way, walking so the rest of these movies can run. I probably said that wrong. But I respect the shit out of this movie, and the fact that it's in black and white really adds to the horror element of it. And I think we really need a lot of more black and white horror movies because there's something about that black and white aesthetic that just brings out the creepiness. It just adds an extra layer of flavor to that. You know what I mean? So even though these zombies are not really made up like they are now, but still there's just a creepiness to them. There's something about the shadows and the darkness and the contrasting with the light. It just is like, this movie just makes you feel kind of uneasy, man. This is 1968, so kudos to them for still providing scares to 2025 being made that long time ago. So I will give it that. So, okay. And also shout out to the brother that's in this movie, man. Now, you know, brothers have a history of being the first ones to die, or sometimes they make it near the end and then they die. So my man in here, right, I don't remember his name, but I do remember he was the dude in Beat Street. I remember he was in Beat Street. He was the guy that had the studio, and your boy Special K was jealous of him because he was hitting on Ray Don Chung. My man wasn't playing, all right? He wasn't the token black. He wasn't the ignorant black. He wasn't like, you know, and this is 1968. I keep having to put emphasis on that. The fact that George Romero had a brother like this in this movie, wasn't talking jive, wasn't doing the typical black stereotype shit. He was a real man that was taking control, taking charge of the room. He was the smartest brother in the room, right? You had the one guy that kept trying to get one up on him, and my man had to smoke him. So I'm like, damn, okay, I'm loving this, right? So here we go. We got the scares down. Some slow areas where the movie did kind of come to a halt, and it stops so they can give us a lot of exposition via the news that's on TV. So at that point, I was kind of checking my phone. There is a stretch where this movie gets really boring, but when it picks back up, when the zombie action picks up, when it comes to the nighttime, man, that's when this movie really shines, and Brother Man was on it. And then there was a point where I'm like, this brother ain't gonna make it, because, yo, them motherfuckers got into the house. They bust in the house, everybody's dead. The brother's the only one left. All he has is a shotgun. Gets trapped in the basement with some other zombies or whatever now, and he's the sole survivor, right? And then, just when you think he's gonna come out alive and live to tell the tale, you got a group of these these mercenaries walking around just shooting everything in sight. If it looks like a zombie, shoot it. Now, mind you, like I said, they don't have the green makeup and shit yet. They just regular looking people walking around. So they're just shooting everything that moves, all right? And they figure out that they can shoot him in the head. And I don't think at one time they call him zombie. I think they called him something else, mutations or something. But anyway, the last shot of this movie, this brother went through all this, right? Spent the whole movie being that guy. And then out of nowhere, they just come up on him and blast him with a shotgun right in the face. Boom! Roll credits. I know this is supposed to be one of the best horror movies ever made. It's the OG, but listen, I'm not going to go as far as to say it's one of the best horror movies ever made. Now, I will acknowledge that it's a classic, and I understand why it's a classic, but watching it now for the first time with these eyes, when it was over, I said, this movie wasted my fucking time. Because I was on board, and if you watch my channel, you know me, man. One of my pet peeves is that a movie could be dope as hell, but if you don't stick the ending, it kind of fucks the movie up. It messes up the experience, man. You know what I mean? So this movie had me. Besides some slow, boring shit sometimes, this movie had me. And the brother was going to survive at the end. He even slapped the white girl and knocked her out. But I was laughing my ass off because she came and slapped that nigga up. Wow! And she and passed out. I said, yo, I'm loving this shit. And he gets smoked like that. So I don't know if that was the studio saying, okay, hey, he can survive at the end, right? But, I mean, well, he can survive most of the movie, but you have to kill him at the end. Black guys don't make it to the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? This is before blaxploitation. Brothers did not survive. Like, you know, even Sidney Poitier really even couldn't be a threat. Even though he did slap the white cop, you know, shout out to Sidney Poitier. But you know what I'm saying? The brothers don't. So they probably said, okay, you can have him make it to the end. You can have him slap a white girl. But he has to die at the end. We can't let him get away with that. Is that what happened? Because why would you end the movie like that? That just sunk the whole movie for me, man. This movie was on its way to being probably like a B plus, right? And then when that happened, this dropped it down to a C because you wasted my time. You took me through all that just to kill the brother at the end. And that was it. He just blasted in the face, and then white folks walk off into the sunset. Fuck out of here, man. That shit made me mad. Anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. So yeah, Night of the Living Dead, I acknowledge it as a classic, a beloved classic. I'm not disrespecting it, but by the end of this movie, I just felt like as a first time watcher, wasting my time. All right, Brother Man from Beat Street deserved better. And I don't know, I forgot what happened in the 1990 version, and I'm gonna have to check that out. But hopefully Tony Todd doesn't suffer that same fate. That's it, and that's all. What y'all think about Night of the Living Dead? Comment fully below. Let me know what you thought. If you like and dig this content, like, subscribe, notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.